Good afternoon, everyone. Mike here. Wanted to give you an update from South Webb Road from our district office. Spent some time today reviewing some things that are coming up for 2016 and 2017 so that we can respect your time on August 15th and get you more time in the classroom. First, let me say hello and welcome to all our new staff members and all the new members of our Stolly team and family. Thank you for coming and the work that you're going to do going forward. Special thank you to Randy for changing his hours and being willing to be flexible in support of our quote unquote fallen comrade, Scott. And hopefully, Scott is healing up nicely now. If you haven't had a chance to say hi, please stop by the office. I'm planning on being in the office every day between now and the start of school. So either send me an email and we'll set an appointment, or if you're just around, come on in. Mostly, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear kind of what you're excited about, passionate about for this next school year, and as far as what we do at Stolly. But also, if there's any feedback you want to give me, any changes that you think we should make, I'd like to hear that too. So make sure before the first day of school that you come by and say hello. I'm going to send out a schedule today. Please know that I was trying to be as respectful and honorable to you as I possibly could while I was looking at the schedule. I fought for changes as far as time in lunch and recess. It was very difficult to do that because we are sharing PE and music staff. So just know that it's all hands on deck this year. We are going to go out of Stolly this year with a bang. So we're going to need as much support as we can at the different common times like lunch and recess. So please note when you do or do not have duty, and that especially goes out to specialists. Like I said, we need every level of support as we can. Also, staff members, as you could look at the schedule, and if you have any ideas for increased support time, supervision time, during lunch, I really would appreciate it. Some days are better than others, but there's some days where we only have 2 people in there, which I know historically has been the case. But this year there's going to be several periods where we have multiple grade levels in the cafeteria at the same time. And I've actually had to order a new lunch table because we're going to need an extra one in there. But these are all good things. Really, I know that it's going to be difficult at times, but it's all going to be good because we've got increased time for science. We've got a great new schedule for ELA. So it is more of a positive than it is a negative, and it's just going to be a matter of adaptation and diligence. But I'll send that out to you later tonight. We had our district administrative team meeting on July 25th. Dr. Grover shared her vision and passion for Grand Island, and so I'm not going to steal any of her thunder, but I will tell you that a lot of what she desires for GI is a lot of what I desire for Stolly, and I want to share, ownership and share decision making and share leadership in our building in a respectful and a professional way. Coming up with new ideas, new strategies, anything so that the idea or the ideal of every student every day of success is a reality for us. We have great students and great families at Stolly, and I know the work that you do is a tremendous part of that. So now to updates in the different areas. Really the focus throughout from district all the way down to Stolly is that we want to streamline everything we do. We don't want different variables and different ideas or different curriculums or anything of that nature out there to be confusing and to bring down the process of instruction. So one thing that you'll notice is that we're really going to be focusing on Marzano's conditions for learning. That's going to be our primary focus for professional learning and also for evaluations and observations. you're going to have the opportunity for growth through what we're calling teacher seminars. There's going to be a list of upcoming seminars within the employee dates to know. You can register there. Note that any new teachers need to attend 3, are required to do so and will be paid, but that any other teacher who is welcome to attend, and that they can earn growth points as they do so. I want you to be thinking about what your goal is for this year. I want you to have something that you want to achieve, something that you're passionate about, something that you have ownership of. I want it to be solely for you and to impact what we're doing as a building and as a district. So start thinking about that. We're going to do that on September 2nd. But also, you notice right away that through our observation process, our focus has changed just a little bit, really so that it can be more accurate when it comes down to what's happening in the classroom. So the way our weights are there, you'll see for yourself. And we're also going to be focusing on Domain 4 this year, which is a change. Our school improvement team is working on a goal as a building-wide as part of that domain, but that's also an option for you as you have your own SMART goal. Also, you see that your draft goal is going to be due by September 2nd or through that September 2nd process. And I've been tasked to have 7 observations per staff member this year, combination of the different types. And we'll talk more about that on August 15th and what that's going to look like on my perspective. That is a priority of mine. That is something I am passionate about. And I know the importance of being in the building, supporting you, and what's happening for students. Next, again, coming back to that streamlining of processes, we're not going to be working with well-managed schools or the ideas of, not the ideas, but the language from PBIS. We're going to really focus on Marzano's conditions for learning, again, like I had said earlier. But what you'll find is that all of those components are found within the Marzano model, and we're not going to miss or skip a beat there. We're just going to streamline our procedures. If you have more questions about that, let me know. Next, we've got some policy updates coming to you. Not all of this is new. I'm confident that we've talked about how we use music, movies, and dramatic works. Make note about streaming activities such as YouTube and Pandora as well. Make sure that we're doing what we can for students, but also that we're doing it appropriately. It just comes down to being above reproach. We don't want any of our actions to take away from what students are getting from us in the classroom. That goes down to staff professional appearance as well. Jeans days will be used judicially. They will not be as often as maybe we would like. But again, that was something that Dr. Grover is very passionate about, is our impact and our perception of or from the community. Again, I'll let her share some of that when the time arises. Next was a facility for nursing and for new moms. So I talked to Lori already about that. I know that we've designated area in the past. Please let me know if there's any concerns with that. I want to make sure that we are comfortable, especially if we're a visitor. If someone's visiting our building, I want them to be comfortable and safe and have a place to be able to do what they can for their child. Next, healthy school environment. My biggest thing is I want us to work as a team to watch what is coming into our building. Not only just for health and for standards, but also because of allergies and the safety of our students. I want to make sure that we're consistent as a team. Do any of these things to get or separately, make or break what we're doing for students? Absolutely not. But there are so many different ways that we can support children and encourage them and reward them that we don't need to use food and beverage for that. So let me know if you have any questions about that. We're going to hand out info to parents during open house. So hopefully we can hit that from the head from the get-go. Also, fundraising activities, I have specific criterion that we need to work through if you ever are doing something like that for fundraising. So please see me so we can work through that. We just want to make sure, again, that whatever we're doing is aligned with the district and what we're trying to accomplish for students and the support that we're ready to give. Next, between curriculum and special ed, you're going to notice that our focus is on providing the best core instruction we can, that tier 1 level. And we are blessed beyond words to have Danielle on our team. She has a tremendous amount of insight, a tremendous amount of training, and she's going to do a great job as an instructional coach. I will send the job descriptions of what that looks like today to you. Please make sure you take a chance to look at that. The biggest thing is to understand that she's our colleague, learning facilitator, instructional coaches are our colleagues. They're working for us. They want to be advocates for us. They want to make things easier for us, but they're not direct interventionists, and we're not going to use her that time, not use her time for that, nor are we going to use paraprofessionals in that way either, especially not for core interventions, and we'll talk more about that as we go on during the school year. But again, it comes down to respecting what you're able to do for students in the classroom. In-class time for you, with you, is very impactful, and we're going to empower you to be able to do that. This is not something we're going to do alone or separate. We're going to do this together. And same thing for students in our special education population, same thing. Emphasizing strengths, giving them what they need to be successful, especially as we're rolling out our new ELA curriculum and the perspective of win time, what they need. Our assessment process has been streamlined a little bit as well. You'll notice there's a change. There is no more NISA W or writing, but now NISA ELA, which combines reading and writing. And I also know that there's a change this year to a trimester schedule, which is a little bit different than we've had previously, but you guys were already aware of that. Oh, real quick note, we're only doing MAP twice this year, but if we so choose, for example, with RTI, students within the RTI process, we could also do it a third time. Lastly, as far as IT department, we have a ton of new computer and iPad carts in the building. We have access for all students. That is no longer a concern. We're also trying to increase access through Infinite Campus for parents. So I know that Kara is very excited about that, and she's going to help us in that rollout and implementation. Okay, so lastly, in the last minute or so, this is my perspective, and I'll talk more about this. I want to empower you. I want to give you what you need to be successful. You guys are already amazing educators. My job is to support that, encourage you, and realize that we're going to aim high. I want to see huge achievement for all of us, all students in our building. So, look for emails coming out today. Know that I'm going to send you out a Google form just to answer a couple of questions about our presentation, and also, just to drive what August 15th that morning is going to look like. If I haven't already said, we're going to have breakfast casseroles, we're going to have carbohydrates ready to go, and a fun start to the 2016-17 school year. Have a great rest of the summer. Hope to see you all at school soon, and take care.